Hello and welcome to my video. I'm on now to do an overdue video. This is my second video for Beebeecraft. It has been a while since I've had my items. I have spoken to Beebeecraft and they are aware as to why this video is delayed. So, as I say, I have spoken to them and I have apologised to them. So, we're on now to do something with the beads here. So, I had these lovely pearlised beads. Sorry about that. My mind went blank there. So, I have these beautiful pearlised beads. And I'm going to use a few of the colours today. I also have these which are from my own stash, and I thought we could make some dangles together using these like kilt pin type clips. I'm not really quite sure what their proper name is, but these are like kilt pins. And then you've got the 5 hoop loops there to do some dangles from. So I'm going to do, I say all the charms and everything are from my own stash. So let's get some of these out. So I thought we'd do a Christmas one. I've never opened these things. I've also got out my ball pins, so we could possibly use those as well. Sorry for the rustling, guys. I'm just going to get a few out. I couldn't find my long eye pins, so I'm going to use my head pins and make eyes. I'm going to make loops to hang them on so that it, you can do that. So I've got a few of the Christmas ones out. So what I'm thinking, I'll tip some of these out as well so I'm not rustling constantly. There we go, we've got a few of those out now. In this video as well, we'll also be working with the ribbons. I thought we would make some ribbon roses and also possibly some tassels. Sorry, I was just taking a sip of my tea there before it goes cold. So, let's have a think. First of all, I need to make a loop on the end of these. So I'm just going to cut the heads off. To make a loop is easy. If you take it down to about 1 centimetre from the top and then just bend it over, and then with your long nose pliers, if you just roll it back, too far over. Just bear with me a moment. And you get quite a nice loop there. Just going to take it that little bit further. You get quite a nice loop there. It's gone too far over there, I think. Just pull that up a bit there. what am I going to have? I think I'm going to have and then I'm going to add some beads on there, but I'm just going to do a few of these first so that I've got them all ready to go. So I'm probably just going to carry on a minute without speaking, and I'll speed this bit up because you don't particularly need to see. I might do another one with you and then speed it up because you don't need to see me making a few of these really. So again, about 1 centimetre down from there, and then you just roll it back. These are very soft, these ones, they bend really easy. Probably a little bit too easy. There we go, and then you just and that just gives you a nice loop. Oh dear me, that one don't want to stay on, does it? Hope everyone is okay. I think I'm putting it on one way and then twisting it the other, and then it falls off. I love this little gingerbread man. I got it last year. I got a packet of them from Artful Days, and they're just so cute. There's my little gingerbread man. He's so adorable, look. Right, so I'm going to carry on and do a few of these, and then I'll come back. Right, so I've done 5 there. They're not perfect. It's very hard when you're doing it on camera because if you took the time you wanted to, the videos would be ages long. And like anything, you can do them all day long, and then you put the camera on and nothing goes right. Just straighten them out. Right, so I've got the Christmas tree there, so I'm just going to do, so we have 5, let me move the others out of the way. So we have 5 there. So I'm thinking 3 pearls, 2 pearls, 1 pearl, 2 pearl, 3 pearl. Or I could do it the other way around. 3 pearl, 2 pearl, 1 pearl. I might do it that way so it goes to like a triangle there. So we're just going to have 1 pearl in the middle on this one. I'm going to be using the Tiffany blue and the white on these, or I might use those 2 colours and the white. Let's have a look. So you only need that to be about 1 centimetre, so I'm just going to cut it probably about there. So I do have eye pins, but they're too small. They're only about 20mm long in length, which is not long at all really. Not for something like this. I might have to go and get some jump rings. I might be better with jump rings. See how we go. Let me just... Very cold here today. Cold and wet. So there's the first one on. So the next 2 going up that way, I'm going to do in don't want the little ones on the outside. I think I'm going to have these 2, and I'm going to do 2 beads. So out of shape now. I'll just try and straighten that one up a bit. I think these ones are stainless steel, and when they're stainless steel they're a little bit softer than the ones that aren't. So there's the 2s, and these will be the 3s. Drop that one. So these are about 4mm in diameter, although they look bigger than that. These are nearer 6mm in diameter. mean, these you could use these on journals. You could use them as a way to gift charms for people to then take them off and do what they want. Or you could wear it like a type of brooch. I know that would be nice at Christmas time. I just thought these clips, I used them for the Alice in Wonderland collab. And I just think they're a nice, they're a bit different to either using the ball pins or let's turn that around. Got it the wrong way around. Yeah, from using the ball pins or just eye pins. They're just a different way of making dangles, really. So it's hard trying to work so that you're not in view of, you know, so that you can see in the camera. So there's the two on that side. So let's do this side. Why is that not breaking? There we go. I might have just cut that a little bit too small. We'll see. Not sure this one's going to work. Oh no, it's fine. I didn't think I'd left myself enough room, but I have. I hope you can see, and I'm not totally out of shot, but I do have to have it fairly near me. Otherwise, I'm not going to see what I'm doing. So there's the 3 on there. No, they're the 2s. And with the beads, you could make jewellery. You could do just normal dangles. We'll do some on the ball pins as well. Because that's nice. It's nice on the ball pins as well. Because you can add those to clusters if they're not too big. I'll just put that one back to front. No, it's the same. got a horrible feeling I'd put it on back to front, but I haven't. Could make glue pins, you can make dangles, you can make earrings. There's just so much. You know, the beads you could also just sew onto different things, onto clusters and things like that, and use them as the centre of flowers. Oh, there we go. Right, why is that one the wrong way around? And everything else, is that the wrong way around? So there we go. So we've got that. Let me get a piece of paper. So that makes a nice way of displaying or gifting different charms. So there's 5 Christmas ones on there. These clips you can get in 3s, just 3 loops on as well. You probably can get them, you know, different ways as well. I mean, if you wanted to, if you had them, or if you had the, like the French safety pins, because they don't have the loop on the end, they don't have the ring at the bottom, you could just put your charms onto them with a few beads, and that also makes a nice pin to be used on clusters. Just bear with me while I go and get those. Alright, I'm back. So these are French safety pins. On a normal safety pin you have that ring bit here, that loop there. Well, these don't have them. So you could make charms out of these, you know, to add on to clusters and different things. So I'll just close the ball pins up. So if I wanted to do just trying to see. No, that's so I only have these. I was just thinking them. I only have these ones in silver. I don't have them in gold. But I'll just show you what I mean. So I'm just trying to see what colours I've got in here. So I've got these. You've got the lavender charm there. And I've got the butterfly in that. The butterfly is a different shade of purple, but that's fine. Let's see, so if we put 2 beads, it's the same colour, isn't it? Put 2 beads on there, and then if you thread your charm, and use the same colours again, because I don't want to use different colours really. I do apologise for my nails. I will, once my foot settles down a bit, I will go and get my nails done, but at the moment I can't. It doesn't work so well with the butterflies because the hook is a different way. It doesn't lie flat, but these ones do. That 3's not going to work, is it? So you could do something like that, using your beads and your charms. I mean, that's, again, you could add that to a cluster. You could add that to some lace. And that's a really nice way of using the beads as well. You know, we don't always have to think of like dangles. They can be used in so many different ways. What blues did I use? So I'm going to use this blue this time. No, I'm going to use these two. I'm going to use the pale blue and the white. So I'm going to use some of the white. And again, with your ball pins, you don't need jump rings. You can just do them. You know, just put no, they're not working so well on there. You would need a jump ring or a chain on that. Should have got some more charms out really, but we'll make another Christmas one. But we'll make it on one of the French pins. And I think we'll use the greens this time. So these are lovely beads. They're a nice size. They're not too small. And we'll use, no, it's the wrong way around. See if I've got one that's facing the right way. See these ones, when they're flat like that, if you put that on, it's going to sit that way, which is not the way that you want it. You need it to be flat. So you need the charm to be flat and the loop to be the other way, so it sits nice. Because otherwise it won't sit nice at all. You won't see the charm. So there you go, that's another way. You know, they look really nice on there. And again, can be added to lots of different projects. So we're going to do a few more of those on the French pins. Just trying to see what colours I haven't used. Which of these charms are sitting the right way round. So we know the boots are, and we know our Christmas tree is. So we'll stick the Christmas tree on there. And if you were sending these out, your recipient could use them as they are. They could add them to clusters. They work well on journal covers or on embellishments. You know, there's lots of different uses for them. So we've got another one there. Obviously I'm using my Christmas beads because, you know, it's October and we're not that far from Christmas really. I'm just going to do one more of the boots, I think, on these ones, and then we'll go on to working with the ribbon. So what colour haven't I done? I use this pale blue, one way round. And if you get anywhere it appears that the hole isn't fully done. It's just where the pearlisation or the pearlised effect has gone over them. So if you just get your pokey tool, it will come off. You just poke it through and it doesn't affect them at all. Can I get one more on there, do you think? Let's have a go. That's the wrong colour. No, I don't think we'll get 3. No. So let's take that white one off because it's not going to sit with the 3. I like things to be symmetrical. So I would need 3 on either side, and it wasn't allowing me to do that. I will leave all the links to the beads and the ribbons and the charms in my and everything else that I got from Beebeecraft in my description box. So if you wanted to, you could always go and choose some items. And you know, with the YouTube program as well, if you have over 100 subs, you can always apply to their YouTube program. So there we go. It's just a different way, rather than just doing dangles, that you can use the beads. So I'm going to stop this now, and I'm going to go and get all the ribbons, and then we're going to carry on with the ribbons. So I'll see you in a minute. Right, I'm back. So I've made a few ribbons, bows, and some of these roses. I'll just show you into the camera. And they're fairly easy to do, but they are a bit fiddly with the smaller ribbon. But so I'm going to show you with some thicker ribbon how easy they are to make. Because I think if I try to show you with the smaller ribbon, all you're going to see is my fingers and not actually how to do them. So I've got some 1 inch wide or 25mm wide ribbon here, and we're going to do a couple together using this ribbon. Just bear with me a moment while I open it up. So you need to cut a couple of lengths. You don't want too much, but you need enough. You are going to have scrap, as you can see here. I have a lot of scrap here, but we can make bows with what's left. So that doesn't bother me. Let me just take my cardigan off a minute. Just bear with me a moment. Right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I can't make my mind up today whether I'm hot or cold. You will need your glue gun. Do be careful because it does get hot. And if you're anything like me, you are liable to burn yourself. I do it every time. I will try not to do it while I'm videoing, but I am using my silicone mat, even though it is covered in glitter, because it prevents the glue sticking to it. And it means I can put my glue gun down without any issue of it sticking to it. Alright, so I'm going to try and keep this in frame and try and show you without getting my fingers in the way. So you've got your length of your ribbon, and you need to find the middle point. And then what you need to do is you need to lay it down, and you need to make a right angle there at the top. I'm just making sure that that is showing. Okay, so once you have your right angle like that, you need to bring it up that way and then across and back down, and you just keep doing that until you haven't got very much left to hold. You don't want too many folds because it will just be too thick and it doesn't look right then, it just looks too tall, so it's all out of proportion. And it's easier to show you with the thicker ribbon, so I do apologise that I'm not showing it with the thinner ribbon, but I have made all of these with the ribbons that I received from Beebeecraft. I just thought it would be easier to show you with a thicker ribbon. Once you feel like you've got enough, and I wasn't counting that then. Right, I've just let go of that, so I'm hoping that still works. Right, we might have to do this one again because I let go. So it might not work, but we'll give it a go anyway. So once you feel like you've got enough folds, then you grab the two ends and you end up with it like that. And then you just literally pull. You just grab one end and you pull. And as you're pulling it down, it forms. Right, that didn't form right, so let's start that one again. I didn't think that one would because I'd let go. So find your middle point, and then you're making a right angle there. I know there are other ways of making these. These are just the way that I do them. And you just keep crossing over, try and keep it. You do have to keep a firm hold of it, as I've just shown you there, because otherwise it just come undone, which means you have to start again. So they don't take very long to do. You just got to keep making sure that you're holding it in place, because it will sort of come undone quite easily. And the glue gun helps to keep them in place after you have made them, otherwise they do unravel. So you've got your two ends like that, and then you just pull. And as you're pulling, just pull from the one end. You get, so I didn't do enough on that one, so you get like a rose shape. And then all I do, I mean, if you pull too much, you'll pull it all the way through and you end up with just a knot. You don't end up with any shape whatsoever. So there is a fine line between when it's enough and when you've got to pull a little bit more. So I'm going to stop it there. If I'd have done a few more folds, I'd have got a few more corners. Like that one, so you get more of a fuller rose. And then all I do is, to keep it in place, is I just put a little couple of drops in different points with the glue gun, and then that helps keep it formed, because otherwise the minute you let go it's going to undo. Okay, and I'm going to do another one there on the inside. Try not to burn your finger in the process. And then all I do with the ends is, again, a little bit more hot glue. Oops. Just squished it then. And you get the rose shape there. That one's a bit too loose there. I didn't hold that enough. Let me just let that cool down. So I'm going to leave that one there. I'm going to cut slightly longer this time. Because it is a thicker ribbon, so it's a wider ribbon. So you're going to need longer, you know, more folds to make it look more like a fuller ribbon, a fuller flower. So there's my point, my 90-degree angle. You don't have to lie it down on the table. If you feel confident, you can do it in your hand. I did the little ones just in my hand because they're small enough, and you just keep going. So this time we're going to do a few more folds so we can get a fuller ribbon, a rose shape. A double satin ribbon is nice because there's no inside and outside, so to speak, because it's both is shape, it is satin. Whereas if you have any of the other types of the ribbon, you'll only get the one side that is satin. The rest, the other side, will be just like the reverse of that. So it's not silky, it's not shiny. And sometimes, depending on how you do it, that can show through. So I'm just going to do a couple more because I think we've got enough there. We've got quite a few there. So yeah, that's definitely longer. So you get that kind of shape. And again, you hold them in your hand like that, and you're only pulling on one. And as you pull down, oh, I've pulled that too far. There you go, you get the idea of how it looks. So you get the ribbon, the rose shape. I prefer doing it with the thinner ribbon. I think they look nicer. And I think with the thicker ribbon, they can look quite pointed. Whereas with the thinner ribbon, they don't do that. I'm just watching. I've already burnt my finger once today. Right, the skin on my nails, that's quite sore. So I'm trying not to drip it onto my thumb at the same time. So I'm just putting some drops of the hot glue in to keep it in shape, because I don't want to lose that shape. Okay, and then again, you got to the bottom. Try not to push it down too much because you will squish it. And just fold it back on itself. And it just keeps that tidy there, if you like. Although it hasn't stuck that side, I think. Wait for that to cool down. Let me take that off my glue gun. Don't worry about your strings. You can always use your heat gun and blow the strings out of the way. There we go. Like that, and there's quite a bit of string there. But that's fine, I'm covered in strings now. You just blow it with your heat gun and it will go. So that's how you get your rose shape. And then you just cut, once it's cooled down and it's all stuck, let me just move that one over there. And then you just cut off your ends. There we go. So they're a bit more pointy when you're using the wider ribbon. But there you go. There is your flower shape. So I'm going to turn my glue gun off. Move that out of the way. So with the scraps, I thought we would make some bows. I think we all know how to make bows. Some of you may do it with the fork, but you can get this tool here. It's called a bow maker, and they're pennies. I can't even remember where I got this from. You know, it was about £1 at most, and it works on the same principle as a fork. Just move these so I can show you. There you go. So you've just got the prongs like a fork, but a fork only has 4 prongs. So this has got more, which means if you were using a wider ribbon, which I'm going to do that first. You can make bigger bows. So if you have one of these, you're putting it through the middle and you're pulling one end round the back. For your tails. So I'm going to use 3 prongs there, which means I've got to do 3 prongs on the other side. And you just wrap it round, but you do need to keep some on this side for your tails. So I'm going to finish that there. Just got to be careful because it's a wider ribbon, and then we'll go back to the smaller ribbon and I'll show you the same process, but using the scraps that I've used from making the flowers. So to tie it off, if I can get this in, you get your ribbon through the middle piece. And you bring your forward piece through as well. Try not to cross it over like I've just done there. And then you just tie a knot at the back. Pull it as tight as you can. Like that, cut your ends off. And then you just slide it off. I might have just tied that a little bit too tight. Just bear with me a moment while I try and get it off. I've tied it too tight. It's got stuck. Just bear with me a moment while I get this off. Right, that was a lot of palaver there. I'd actually tied it too tight and it actually got stuck. And with it being the thicker ribbon, it hadn't it wasn't tight. It hadn't tied it very tight. So I've redone it with thinner ribbon. And now it's sitting a lot nicer. So that's how it looks with the thicker ribbon. As you can see, this is a ribbon that's fraying. You can do it with a lighter. I'm not very confident doing it that way. Normally if my daughter's around, I get her to do that. But what I do is just a bit of clear nail varnish. You can use PVA glue or your white glue, your wet glue should do it. But I find a little bit of clear top coat works just as well. So we're going to do it with the smaller ribbons now. So here's the scraps of what I've got left from making the flowers. So let's get one of these ones. Let's see which ones we've got. We're going to use this nice hot pink. So put it in your centre, so you've got your middle point. And I'm only going to do 2 on this one because it's a thinner ribbon. I don't want it to be, you know, too wide because it would just look silly. Okay, you've got these little bits at the bottom there to keep that in place. So I've got some more of the hot pink ribbon there. And you just push it through. Take it through the top, around the back. Just tie it as tight as you can. Like that. Cut your ends off. Here we go again. There we go. And as I went round it a couple of times, you actually have a double bow. If I can pull that out. Right. Let's cut my tails. Like that. Let that dry. There is one bow with tails looking the right way round. I mean, that's a double bow. That's a lovely little bow, that one is. See if you wanted it to be smaller. Let's do a blue one. So again, through your middle. We're only going to go around one this time. Don't throw your ribbon scraps. I'm starting that again because the satin's the wrong way around. Don't throw your scraps away. You can use them for so many different things. You know, and these are great for making bows. Is a great way of using your scraps. You can also use them in your cards. If you were using toppers and things like that, you could lay the ribbons underneath. As like an edge to your cards. I've done that before. Make tassels. And tying your knots, just make sure that you are tying them really tight, because otherwise they will come undone, which you don't want to happen. You don't have to do it this way. You could stitch it rather than tie it if you wanted to. Dearie me. There we go, another bow. So dead easy to do using the bow maker. I mean, I can do them by hand. To do them by hand, I make 2 loops. And then just pull them through. And then I just keep pulling the tails until I get them to sit the way that I want them to sit. The only problem sometimes with doing them by hand when you don't have a double-backed satin is like that. You've got the reverse side there, but if you had a double-faced ribbon, that wouldn't happen. And you just keep pulling it and pulling it until it's tight in the centre. But I think you get a nicer finish when using the bow maker. Might as well finish that one now. You can make tassels, as I say. I do have a tool for that. I think it came, done that too. It came with the pom-pom maker from Aldi that my daughter got me. And that looks like this. And you can determine how, or you can just do your tassels by hand, but it determines how long you want your tassels, and then you just wrap it and wrap it and wrap it and wrap it. So you clip those down. Let's make one. I'm going to cut a couple of lengths with this one. And put my pin in. I'm only going to show you one of these, and then I'll end the video. So you've got your end there, and you just wrap it round and round and round. Making sure to keep it tight. Put it more to the end, I think. Be easier. So you just keep wrapping it round until you feel like you've got enough lengths. So you wrap it around over the top like that until you've got enough of the strands. Okay, and then you hold that down, and then you see you've got these bits here. So you're going to take a bit of ribbon again through here, and you're going to tie it at the back. Make sure you've got your satin facing the right way. I'm going to do it a few times because you do want it to wrap all the way around. You want it to be as tight as you can. And when you take this off here, you should be able to cut. If I've done it right, it's been a while since I've used it. If you don't have a tool, you can do it with a piece of card, or as I say, you can just do them by hand. Keep doing this. I keep doing them too tight that I can't get them back off. I prefer doing them by hand, but there you go. You've got a tassel there. I think they look too flat doing it with that. I think you're better off doing them by hand. So that's it for me. So that's what I've shown you. Let's get some of the bits that I've made with you today. So I've got the roses, or the flowers, all the way around. There. We've made some bows. And these have all been made with the ribbons that I received from Beebeecrafts. All links will be in my description box. And we've used the beads as well. So that's it for me for now. Take care. Let me show you what I've made first before I disappear and end the video. See? Where's the other ones? I'll keep all my scraps because they will come in handy. By the little ones, by the really tiny ones. Oh, So there we go. So we've got the pins with the charms on, we've got bows, and we've got flowers. So that's it for me for now. Take care, stay safe, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.